Too many thoughts on my mind, I can't sleep at night, so I just keep writing. I don't need no help, I don't need opinions, so don't waste my time then. I just been living online.
I was charging my phone for a full video, and you can't do that because for some reason the sound of the phone charging shows up in the video. It's like this. So I had to erase 16 minutes of footage.
Oh no.
I'm doing it again. Oh, hi internet. I guess you're wondering what the number 3 song of 2018 is going to be. Well, let's take a look at the list so far. So, my number 3 favorite album was a long-awaited project. It had been a minute since this artist had put out a studio album. And to introduce this album, I need to kind of go back to the summer of 2018, because for 5 weeks, we got a different Kanye West produced project for 5 straight Fridays. It was truly a great time to be alive. These were called the Wyoming Sessions, and to kick off this summer of hip-hop, we got this project, Mr. D's number 3 album of 2018, Daytona from Pusha T. Pusha T hasn't really put out a project since 2015. It was called Darkest Before the Dawn. Wasn't crazy about it. I'm really a fan of his Fear of God mixtapes and his 2013 album, My Name Is My Name. A song to check out from that album, Nostalgia with Kendrick Lamar. Absolutely insanely good song. I would classify myself as a Pusha T fan. He has a very unique flow. He raps extensively about his previous life as a drug dealer. Comes up a lot in his music. And lastly, he always comes with a signature catchphrase, yeah, yeah. I can't do it, but you know what I mean. Well, if you know, you know. I love how Pusha T opens this album with almost a non-existent beat. It's just his verses. The whole song is filled with very rich lyrics, and you can already tell Kanye West's production is just perfect for Pusha T's style of rapping. He spits out these verses from the perspective of somebody who's been in the game for a long time. He's kind of calling out those pretend rappers who are just there to show off their wealth. For him, being part of that upper echelon of rappers, it takes time and hustle. You can't fake your way to the top. Terrific opener. Next. This song brings a really slick sample back from the 1960s. It's from a song called Heart and Soul by Booker T. Everhart, and it's just this really simple but effective instrumental played over this soft percussion. And when it comes to the lyrics, it's almost like a continuation from the first song. Pusha T is rapping about being in a higher strata of hip-hop, and because he's notorious for being a drug dealer before he became a rapper, he's calling out those phonies who maybe pretend like they were part of that culture but didn't actually do what Pusha T did in his past life. Lastly, I love these bars here, and that's a great summary of what some of the new school of hip-hop needs to focus on. Pusha T is seen as great, not because of how much his chains cost, but because of his skill and hard work. Dope. Next. And this kind of just sounds like old school Pusha T, rapping about the ins and outs of the drug game. Rick Ross offers a solid feature. It's kind of cool because these two guys have been appearing in songs together for a long time, and they have kind of similar rises to fame. Solid song. Next. The whole song is pretty much Pusha T being tempted back into that lifestyle of selling cocaine. He uses this really upbeat sample that contrasts so well with his very dark and descriptive lyrics about selling narcotics. It's a funky song from 1969 from George Jackson. It's called I Can't Do Without You, and that's just a perfect interlude for a song where Pusha T reminisces about the old days. Lyric time, like, this is just a taste of what Pusha T brings on this album. It's quick hitting, it's clever, it's nostalgic, just a fantastic track. Next. So I love this song, but then after doing some research into what the song actually means, I love it even more. The deeper meaning is incredible. So this song is a tribute to Pusha T's road manager, Devon Pickett. He was killed in a bar fight while he was on tour with Nicki Minaj. And Santeria is Spanish for the Way of the Saints, which is part of a religious ceremony for communicating with the dead. So the lyrics and the title have this really strong connection with somebody that Pusha T lost in his life. The song also features a really gorgeous refrain from 070 Shake, who was on Kanye West's Ye on the song Ghost Town, and her voice is really kind of eerie and strange, and it fits really nicely in this song. Next! And now we get Kanye West and Pusha T together on a track. We get some kind of tongue-in-cheek humor. Pusha T is making fun of Meek Mill for all the legal trouble he gets into, whereas a guy like Pusha T, he kind of lets his music speak for itself. And then Kanye comes on and raps about something super controversial, probably. He's got these interesting bars here, and like he's notoriously known for wearing MAGA hats, and then he raps about it. I don't know. It's an okay feature. Pusha T just kind of blows him out of the water. All in all, with the song as a whole, it has this really dope structure where Kanye asks Pusha T to respond to a diss, and then he throws out his verse. Pusha T does the same with Kanye, and then Kanye spits his lyrics. And then at the end of the song, Kanye comes back on to ask for another response from Pusha T, and that just transitions into the last song on the album. Infrared, which is just an absolutely fire song that calls out so many different people. The main target is rappers who do not write their own music. We get this insanely clever line from Pusha T that compares the people that write rappers' music to the Russians helping Trump win the election. Pretty sick metaphor. And he also refers to them as sock puppets because somebody else is basically controlling when and how the mouth moves on a sock puppet. Like, damn, just so mean and so fantastic. And then lastly, he just reminds the listener about how truly a prolific drug dealer he was back in the day. Just a killer closing track. Honestly, in 2018, it was amazing to get a Pusha T project. He is somebody who's stepped away from hip-hop for a while, and you kind of wonder, like, when he comes back, is he gonna still have it? Can he put out a good project? And the answer is yes. This was a killer album. And what was amazing about it is you finished it and you keep listening to it and you know that next week you get a Kanye album. After that was Kids See Ghosts, next was Nas, and then Teyana Taylor. You just knew you were getting these fantastic projects back to back to back. And it was almost like an all-killer, no-filler franchise. These projects were all 7 songs each, so you know you're just getting a short and sweet listen every single time. And this one, Daytona, fantastic enough to crack Mr. D's top 3. Check in tomorrow for Mr. D's second greatest album of 2018. Check you later, internet.